in the end, I decided that I was going to use the bald club we just picked up as my my mainstay weapon. I'll show you, go back to the box, and I'll show you the difference between stats on the two weapons. Now, there seems to be a very linear progression when it comes to the damage that weapons deal. Let's see, how do I... There we go. The bearded axe was one of the first weapons that I picked up, and I've been using it ever since. And as you can see, at about the same upgrade level, they do quite a bit different damage. Not too different, but it seems like as the game goes on, you're never going to pick up something that is weaker than something you already have picked up in a different area. You can see the bald club does 96 on a light attack and 126 on a heavy attack. And the bearded axe does 83 on a light attack and 99 on a heavy. Now, I imagine that the difference in damage comes from the fact that the bald club has no critical percent chance. It's got nothing. So they probably made it do a bit more physical damage to to balance that out. But I don't really mind that, I guess, because critical chance in video games always feels like kind of a gimme kind of thing, where it's like, I don't really know how to describe why I don't like it. I guess it's the idea that even if there is a percent chance, you can't really rely on it. And so I would rather not, if I'm given the option. And the game does give me the option. So, take a look at our map. What else do we have to do here? Vorsa currently has nothing for us. She is checking out that Einar we found. Isla wants us to start down the path of helping her family. Yokol still wants us to help with his family's curse. So alright, we'll go help Yokol, because, I mean, we're in the area anyway now. And hey, I guess we'll go and hop in a barrel, because, I don't know, I guess that's just the finest way to travel these days. Big fan of hopping in barrels. I gotta start saving up my scoria again for upgrading the swigs on my gourd. It's getting a little bit expensive. And maybe I was being too harsh on Isla. Maybe my character chose to be pushed down the river in a barrel, like we're trying to survive the Niagara Falls or something. I don't know. Maybe that was their decision. Do I agree with this decision? No, not really, especially given that we end up in like a shallow pool very far away from the river. But that's fine, I guess. I guess that's fine. So we're gonna cut a path this way, because we haven't explored this way yet. Actually, I don't think I can. Yeah, this leads to dog hell. So let's not go to dog hell. Let's try out our club on this pupper here, though. Hey, come here. Stop with the abuse. Ugh. No, not even close. Well, whatever. That one can go on its hunt. I guess the issue with starting over here instead of at the ritual stone is that I have to fight all these enemies again. But that's alright, because I need the scoria anyway. I need to, again, start saving up for the gourd upgrade. And plus, we're running around with Yokol again, and Yokol is a goddamn powerhouse. He's starting to become a little bit scary. Oh yeah, that does quite a bit better damage overall. It's subtle. The difference is very subtle in the damage that this weapon deals compared to the one I was using, but it's noticeable. Like, I feel like even taking out these big guys in like 2 or 3 fewer hits is worth the upgrade. The scoria I spent. Oh, we've gotten ourselves into a little bit of a brawl here. These big guys are very deceptive. They're a little bit faster than they seem like they would be. And that's not a bad thing. It just makes them different than the other big guys we were fighting. This jumping attack is nuts, though. I don't know how I'm supposed to... Well, I guess they just jump towards you, wherever towards you is. So I suppose in that way... there is a way to dodge them. Not really sure how much I should be editing out at this point. I've kind of resigned myself to just showing off pretty much every part of the journey. I feel like that makes it a little bit better. Just showing my struggle and my success alike. And I feel like this isn't the kind of game where there's enough travel time between interesting things happening for me to really cut stuff out unless I die a bunch. So I suppose, in a way, I will be treating this like a Let's Play of good old Dark Souls by only really editing stuff when I start dying. Of course, at this point in the recording, I haven't touched the editing at all, really. I've just been setting the raw footage in a file and letting it be. I plan on going for a pass all at once I figure out how I want to do this. But it's nice to be able to speculate and cobble it together as I go. Also, in between recording sessions, I looked up on, just on around the internet. Apparently this is the part where people start struggling, actually. Like, apparently, among the community this game has, this is a rather legendary increase in difficulty compared to the areas we were just in. Also, Yokel is down. Yokel, please. Yokel, get up. Oh! This ain't good. Get on up, Yokel. You're not done yet. He's gonna go back down instantly. Yokel, why? But you see what I mean. This is quite a step up in what we were just doing. And so in that way, I think the whole acclimating the player to the game's difficulty thing was a bit inaccurate. I think it would be more appropriate to say that they were trying to establish a difficulty curve, but were that to be their goal, I would say they actually didn't do a great job, because this got really hard really fast. And apparently it is that way for many, many people who play this game. Which is a shame, but it's not like it ruins the game or anything like that. It's not that big a deal. It's definitely noticeable, though. I have definitely been complaining about struggling a little bit more. Thought I heard a spider. Maybe it's up there. I don't even know how I would get up there. But either way, I heard some very familiar clicking and clacking. Oh, I appreciate the challenge. Oh, look at that. It was worth it to come over here, though. Large Scorious stash. Regardless of whether I'm struggling or not, it was worth it to come over here and explore. I appreciate that they take steps to make it always worth exploring, whether it's difficult or not. Well, that hitbox was a little bit lame. Maybe that's why I'm having trouble with these guys, is because their hitbox is a little bit weird. Not outright broken, but it certainly does feel a little bit off. And hey, look, I've made a little loop back here, which is unfortunate. I didn't actually want to make a loop back. If I had a buddy running around with me, I might be able to climb back up that cliff, but yeah, I've made a loop back, unfortunately. And there is no way to get back to the stone. So, okay, guess I'm running around. And I suppose this is the type of situation that I would edit. I don't know. I talk about this stuff aloud while I'm recording, just to give people a peek behind the curtain. Because I'm sure there are people watching who are curious about editing video and all that stuff. I've thought in the past a couple of times about doing tutorials or similar kind of behind the scenes videos to show off my process and the basics of editing Let's Plays and stuff, because I know there are some people out there who want to get started but they don't know how, and this is, in my opinion, one of the best times. Like this is a time when pretty much anybody can learn these skills and make use of them, sometimes as a career. I know that's what I use it for. And I suppose because I was talking here, I didn't end up cutting anything out in the first place. But either way, example of a place I'd want to cut things if I didn't have anything to say. I guess that's the key, isn't it? The wondering if, the wandering around, but I have nothing to talk about. But I guess that's one of the things I like about this game, is that there's pretty much always something to talk about, especially playing it totally blind like this. Like, I don't know. One thing I really appreciate that I haven't touched on so far is the grass. Like, even something like that. I really like how intricately detailed the grass is. The way it waves when you walk through it, and the way it waves in the wind. It's stuff like that that... It's stuff like that that keeps things interesting, in my opinion, when there's downtime, is appreciating details like that the player otherwise wouldn't notice, or speculating on perhaps developer intent or stuff like that in the game design. As I break my knees. It's fine. I don't need them. Who needs knees? I can dodge roll in this game. Also, that Einar actually helped me out here because this poor creature dropped a mushroom. Oh, there goes Yokel going nuts, getting his revenge. There's an item over there I didn't notice. I'll have to go pick that up. I really appreciate that not all of the enemies respawn when you use a stone. Enemies that you have killed near the stone don't seem to respawn, which is very highly appreciated, because one of the criticisms people have about Souls-like games is frequently that it's hard to make progress, because every time you get damaged and go back to the bonfire alike, whatever it is in the game of choice, all of the enemies come back, and so all of your progress feels nullified. I don't necessarily agree with that wholesale. In some cases I agree, but it's more based around the encounter design that makes me feel that way. It's a case-by-case basis, but generally speaking, I think this game has a better way to do it, where enemies that are near the stone won't respawn, but enemies that are farther away will. Like if I went to another stone, a different stone farther away, those guys that I killed that didn't come back would, for example. Alright, Yokel. We've done enough messing around. Let's head down the pass and help find your family. Well, find the cause of the curse anyway. Doesn't seem like we're gonna find any of your family alive anymore. You have my sympathies, but I guess the whole Age of Darkness thing, was kind of rough on everybody in this world. Speaking of which, boy, is it dark in this little corner. Holy crap. It's kind of cool that this game isn't afraid to make it totally dark. Ooh, more clothes. Well, that's way better than what I was wearing. The plating on this armor holds a sheen that's foreign to the materials of this land. It doesn't matter where it has come from, just as long as it's here to stay. Good attitude to have, Yokel. Oh, look at me. I bet this would look good with the mask. Maybe I'll put the mask back on, actually. I could have used it in this area, I suppose. It would have been quite a benefit against these big guys. Damn. Were I to do a non-blind Let's Play of this game, I would make sure to wear the mask in that area. Nope, that's not happening. I gotta stop getting so gutsy with my jumps. I'm just gonna break my knees until I die this way. think I might be walking into a trap here. This feels very ambush-like. Yeah! Oh, you know what? It wasn't actually all that ambush-like. It was slightly ambush-like, but not as much as I expected. Yokel just utterly destroying the offensive, the offensive foes. And by offensive, I mean they offend him, and so they must die. I think it's the mustache and the pipe that make Yokel so powerful. Just having those makes him such a formidable opponent. Prophetic Basher. The prophet's acolytes like to have a bit of religious iconography on hand to remind them of their higher purpose while bashing some faith into unbelievers. I was just talking about that. There's nothing more dangerous than devout superstition. That's true enough, sure. Few things out there that are more dangerous. Although I suppose having your devotion be represented in club form makes it a little bit more dangerous than if you had like a Bible or something. The holy words. The holy mace is a little bit more dangerous than the holy words, I would say. Although I suppose you could beat someone with a Bible. You'd have to upgrade it a few times first. Maybe infuse it with ash or whatever. Oh boy, these big guys can hit like right through my shield. Careful. Very careful. Interesting choice of area. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be climbing on stuff to get out of here. I wonder just how many nooks and crannies there are in this area that have stuff in them. They seem to have a lot of fun, the developers, with... Oh my god, that was close. They seem to have a lot of fun with putting stuff in various nooks and crannies. Like, anytime there is one, there's almost certainly something to be found there. Even if it's just like a sapote. Hey, and another sapient moss, that's nice. I need a lot more scoria than I have to upgrade some of these weapons, but it's nice that I'm getting a good stock of higher level materials now. Okay, well I guess I'll just go the long way around like a loser. Oh my. I think this whole ambush thing might be a little bit more ambushy than I thought. And yeah, look, there is like a little climbing puzzle here. Ugh! Okay. It's always so nerve-wracking when there's a jump that it looks like you almost can't make. Like, I really like the long jumps because they seem so barely possible. Like your character actually has to reach for it. Glad I came up here. Got a little feather. Okay. I think that looks like the way out of here, but let's climb up and get a look around first. I didn't go that way. In fact, I didn't go that way at all. Guess I could head over there. That looks like the way out of here, but it could just be an alternate path. Huh. Wonder what's up here. I don't know. I guess let's go see what's over here. I saw an item over there on the right, on the far end of the castle, but I don't really want to go back for it. See, that's the number one question, isn't it? Is if something is worth going back for just because it's tucked away. You maneuver around pretty fast in this game, but I have time for cleanup later. Oops. Well, I guess falling flat on my face is also something that I could do instead of making that jump. Thankfully, it looks like I'm going to have another try at it. One problem that I historically have in games like this is angling my jumps straight. That's something that's always given me pause. Where did that guy go? On the bright side, really difficult jumps, it looks like they're pretty forgiving with having ways back up. Like, clearly they put that little loop there just in case you fall off trying to make this jump. I imagine they positioned the ruins very specifically to make it so that you could get back here. But it was worth it. Got another sapient moss out of it. Now, how do I get down here? I guess I can slide? Yeah, okay. Well, alright, let's go to the other end of the castle then, and we'll see what that item is over there. Because if that was an upgrade material, then I wonder what's going to be over here. Well, that guy's making his way over. Man, it does feel so fluid to be able to just jump and climb like this. I imagine that speed runs for this game are really interesting just because you can climb on pretty much anything you can see. So if you get proficient at the climbing, you probably can do a lot to either get out of bounds or get to places early or use the assisted jumps. Oh man, like a co-op speedrun of this would be fascinating to watch for a multitude of reasons. Spearhead, not super useful, but oh well. Gives us a way out of here, I suppose. That's a little bit less ankle breaking. Oh boy. What is that guy? Wow. Well, I'm glad I survived that. I would have felt a bit silly dying there. Note to self, watch out for fanatics. Alright, so, okay, so as it turns out, yes, religion is in fact extremely dangerous. Whatever religion these guys follow, anyway. Religion of darkness, I guess. Religion of sacrificial explosions. Not really sure. Let's see. We need to go this way for both, actually. Okay. So how do I deal with these guys? Okay, I guess that's one way. Not the most reliable solution in my opinion, but I guess that works. Okay, it seems I can stumble them out of that. Alright. So, spears, perhaps? Ah, yeah, they're quite weak, so it looks like if I take them out from a distance, I can pretty much neutralize them. Cool. Alright. Gonna have to equip those higher level spears as soon as I run out of these, though. Got a feeling I'm gonna start needing them. There's an enemy over here. There's a couple of them. But they're losers. They're big losers. Oh wow, look at this. I guess I shouldn't be going this way yet. Yeah, I guess I'll go this way in a minute. Yokel, help me. Oh, okay, that works. Yokel, didn't know you had the power to teleport. I would very much like the ability to teleport. That would certainly help me get around a little bit better. Oh, I see him. Oh, I've rattled the monkey cage. They're on their way. Well, you gotta steer real clear of that attack. That jump attack will mess your day up. Oh look, I see it up there actually. Kala. Alright, Yokel. Let's get on up. For better or worse. For better or curse. Oh, that's what I'm gonna title this episode if I remember. For better or curse. That's genius. And by genius, I mean lukewarm intelligence, but it's fine. I don't pride myself on being the smartest improvisational artist. In fact, I would say that improv is one of my weaker skills, actually. That's why I don't do live commentary very much. I think this is the kind of game that lends itself well to blind live commentary, though. This game is slow-paced enough that I can take my time while I'm exploring and explain my thought process and talk about whatever I really feel like. This game, I think, lends itself well to that kind of a play style and commentary style. Curved hatchet. And there's a ritual stone over there, so I'll make sure to use that once we get done with this quest over here. What's this? A guillotine-shaped hatchet. The counterweight at the bottom balances the head nicely. Feel how comfortably that sits in your hand. Doesn't it just make you want to chop something? I guess it does. But then again, most axes do, considering that's kind of their purpose. I would hate to find an axe that isn't meant for chopping. Oh, I remember you. I've seen you before. You were outside of a cave several episodes back. Hello again.
Blood of my blood, I see the curse stirring around him. He hears our voices strongly now. A relic was lost, a cursed veil. Long I searched, finding many treasures, but never the veil.
What?
I failed, but you must not. Search the ruins upon the cliffs that gaze across the sea. You seek the umbral veil. I thought it lay there. While I lived, I sensed power in that spot.
Okay. Well, if we are intent on breaking the curse, I guess we're gonna have to go cliff diving. Okay. Hopefully that was of some help to you, yokel. I guess one thing... No, it doesn't bother me that much. I was gonna say one thing that bothers me, or at least has the potential to bother me, is that we're running around with Yoko right now. We could just talk to him, he's standing right here. But I have to go back to Vagrant's Rest to start the next step of the quest line. However, I'm not going to say that bothers me that much. I don't mind that, because it gives me an excuse to go back and level up my equipment and stuff that I otherwise would not have had. I could have just kept adventuring, you know? I imagine for some people that's probably a sticking point, because again, I could just turn and talk to the man, he's standing right here. But, oh well. Giving me lots of sapient moss here. Got a feeling it's about time to start upgrading.